I decided to come back online. I got disconnected on 2 occasions during the 26th day of streaming. So now I'll be ready here, your host who loves the most, giving you just a quick recap. So it's a standalone video because I got 2 times for the same stream, meaning the same, I don't know, daily run, day 26. So let's see here what is going on. Well, one interesting fact is that I also got to stream on what you call it, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. So 6 stream platforms. Yeah, 6. We'll see how that turns out. There is a currently available 14-day access open over the Restream.io, at least for me. That's how I got there. And that's about that for the overall at Eduga project, the Eddy does Internet of Capitalism production. So I need to keep this short. What we have here, well, for the what I recently done, I thought, oh, I'll do this implementation, 2 viewports running different scenes, and that turns out to be, well, just 2 different scenes running at the same time. So I actually thought I'll maybe use it for the prototype, some kind of communication, like for like virtual networking locally before I go with network. And I realized, okay, what if I put the same scene? I was hoping like to get well, just for a test, and they work the same. It's 2 scenes running differently, different processes, and my idea was to play around with physics simulation, but how to keep it in sync. But for like remote processes locally in the same project, you can just use camera to view the same process. For viewport implementation, you get different threads processing their own thing, what's defined in the scene. So there are 2 things that I might take for exercise. Do this project actually as a network multiplayer and just use the available solutions for a kind of network multiplayer, because there is a multiplayer node or something like that in networking for a scene. And I encourage everybody, first check what the engine has right out of the box, what solutions provided. Go through the official documentation, you'll find lot of useful nodes solving many issues. Also the networking thing, just like these sub-viewport container sub-viewports, actually what use case they have. For me, that I thought to use it as a sandboxing prototype and pass around messages, keep them in sync. I can just use camera to do that. Only thing I would do for this state of that I was curious about, like how to share data between processes. That won't work. First I thought to use it as an exercise how to send messages, but I was kind of lazy and got distracted by 2 times getting disconnected. Broke my train of thought. And the idea was like to have a scene like acting as a host, as a spawner and controller. But now I realize, so I can create this type of setup, even running two viewports and having each of them their own scene, but it's actually not practical. There are solutions to do it right out of the box that solve this. But okay, if I want to go this way, I can't have actually two games running at the same time. Makes no sense. I did make a simple change here. It's not super important. So what I should do, I should actually create a scene like this, but probably in the script, and host it in this type of scene with two viewports, and have a node host the script for the gameplay and control the mobs instantiations, and for some reason, I don't know what reason, implement like projecting mobs into each different sub viewport. But that's just doing it for no reason harder way. If you want split screen for local multiplayer, just use cameras. If it is a single screen gameplay area game world, just keep both players in the same screen. They don't move, no camera. They move their character around back and forward. But my idea was to try to get two processes communicate, pass share data. But I want to do that exercise. It is interesting, but like I say, in case of networking, there are nodes that solve that. So this thing broke the I don't know, the idea that this is so smart. It crashed down, burned down. Almost in a way it is I don't know, it's good experiment, but little practical use next to the already provided solutions that solve many of the issues that I would come along the way trying to work with this the way I intended. And but again, at least it proved the point, like, is this useful? Do I need this? Like I say, the idea was to have a host process that would manage in two different instances same entities. That was the idea. So for this type of project, camera would solve that, split the view, and that's it. I didn't even start implementing any new ideas for a gameplay mode, different gameplay mode. So what will I do next? I think I'll go with some few simple steps, as I looked into the documentation a bit more in detail before the stream yesterday, but for day 26. I noticed more sections that have actually quite good reading material, and perhaps especially section about audio. I need to put more focus on that, go through that exercise, implement 2D audio, positional audio, and maybe do a few exercises with custom drawing. That would be also solution applicable for this instance, to, for example, create a But as actually for this example, each for example, I have a same scene instantiated in separate viewports, and they're running their own physics, and the script and entities instances are unique, their own. I avoided creating a setup where I set the resources unique to each scene, to each viewport, or but I would actually give it a try, like implement a scene like host script for host that would control for different viewports also, let's say act as a host. But now I'm curious actually, if I don't load the scene in each viewport, how would I render and what? But as I was going earlier through the documentation, I realized something from the beginning of the documentation, like best practices, is the scene organization section. How to organize, what's the philosophy, the intent, what actually higher level solutions the engine provides. I'm also creating instances section, which also, again, in the same approach, in a different approach, explains similar aspects. What solutions Godot engine provides, especially with, on the editor side, and how the in the code, in the script, how it is the means, methods and properties that are accessible. Where is using scene tree? Well, this is actually good examples of a, let's say, mental map or design idea. Node structures, how to organize scenes and nodes. They solve quite a lot of things. So remember, scripts are nodes, and so on and so on. It's possible to dynamically link, create signals, and so on. What else did I put my eye on here? Well, that's all for the day 26. So help this channel grow. I'm interested in your thoughts, not about the experienced guys. More. This is content more intended for those who are getting into, that are not going through the hand-guided tutorials or paid courses, that are more curious about the coming from a different area into game development, or using modern, up-to-date game development, application development, multimedia application, interactive software for application development. Hey, multipurpose. It's not just games, but it's designed for real time and graphics processing inputs and so on, more optimized for real-time performance. And well, in case you well, there's my website. Get on over there. You can check the support section or browse through, have a look at my gallery of my art stuff. I do also dailies, switch around learning Blender, freestyling with my digital illustration art stuff. I've put on a back burner gaming. I would like also to break this chain of dailies with eventually going on with some gaming of on Switch, little bit of Warframe. But you know, games are fun and time flies. I have more affinity, affection, bias towards doing these dailies, learning. So I guess I'll have a look at the how the facilities provided for networking multiplayer by Godot engine. Is it complicating? I'm just kind of lazy to implement and set up manually local network, even on the same computer. I can use a second instance on another, but I'm lazy to move around like files, export the project, so on. And well, that's it. This is the day 26 summary. See you, I hope, tomorrow, but I tend not to, I sometimes avoid stay offline when there are hype days, like some kind of special occasion, jubilees, anniversaries like a New Year, Christmas, and so on.